everybody. How you doing?
Happy Saturday.
How y'all
Yes.
ladies doing, man? Got Mama Turner and daughter Turner in the house. So how y'all doing today on
oh,
this
we
beautiful morning?
We're
yes.
doing fine and we're just happy to be here with you.
Yes.
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with you all.
Yes, I know you know who this is. This is JR, the credit man. Yes, sir. And we are the Turner Team Realtors, Kimberly Turner.
And Denise Turner.
And we are excited for our podcast today. We are on site.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
With none other than Access Credit's own owner, James Richardson. And, thanks for having us. Like my mother said, this is our first in-person podcast, webinar,
That's
seminar
right.
for the year.
Yes. That's you. You put this together. You the one man.
Look, the Turner team, we live in the dream. That's what we say. But we're a mother-daughter team. And, we specialize in residential as well as commercial real estate within the state of Missouri and throughout the country. Just like JR, we partner in other states with top realtors to help our clients buy, sell, and invest, even build when it comes to real estate.
Yes, I do.
And now, I'm also a practicing attorney. My mother has her MBA. JR is well educated. But guess what, guys? Today, we are not providing any type of legal advice whatsoever. We are simply giving you advice as it relates to real estate and as it relates to credit repair, because this is repair your credit with a specialist.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to let my mother jump in.
Well, I just want to say, just mark your calendar. This is the day that you're going to find out everything you need to get that top credit score so you can go out and get a mortgage approved. Even overnight sometimes.
Uh-oh. People gonna be like, I heard you say you can do it in 24 hours.
Magic wand. Okay. Only with the magic wand.
Yes.
Yes.
And, if you have any questions, there is a chat box. Feel free to put your questions in that chat box, as well as to register even for this seminar here, because that's how we will be able to contact you and make sure that we connect you to JR, as well as you can feel free to give us a call and we will connect you with JR too. So, today we're just here for a short time on a Saturday morning. But
we just waking them up.
Yes, we're just waking y'all up, okay? And we want to start off with some questions with you, JR.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit first about yourself for those who may not have caught our previous webinars or are under a rock and don't know who you are.
Oh, okay. I'm JR, the credit man. That's what I go by. Everything, I don't do too much advertising. I just do seminars and word of mouth. I deal with 7 different mortgage companies from LA all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. And they just send me clients, and that's what I work. You ain't gonna see me on Instagram talking about credit. I don't do none of that stuff. It just everything word of mouth. Everything is somebody already been through the program. Say, hey, go talk to him. He gonna hold your hand all the way through and make sure you get that house. And that's my goal, to get people to their glory.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's right.
Well, when you do a good job, the word spreads, and
it does.
when you're satisfied and someone has helped you, they stay top of mind. And you are so quick to tell your neighbor, your son, your daughter, especially if they're still living at home and you want them to get their own house. So.
I had a lady came to me. She said, I heard your name 3 times. I'm asking people about credit repair, and your name popped up 3 times. She said, then I just had to come and talk to you. So
that's right.
My goal is always, like I say, is try to get the clients a minimum 640 so they can be able to close on that house. So, I send the Turner teams. I say, hey, I got a client for you. See, this score.
Yes.
And I always prefer my clients to sign up. There's 2 different platforms I say sign up on. Experian is a good one, Experian.com, and then you have My FICO. My FICO is even better. It's more expensive, but it show you all 3 mortgage scores.
Yes.
And I know people be trying to find out what's the middle score.
Yes.
And they don't understand the middle score. The middle score is they take your high score and your low score and throw them out, and that's the middle
Oh, they
score.
get the medium. Oh, they take the high and the low, and,
Low,
and
use the
so,
medium. Yep.
oh, so I guess all of them better be good.
So do they average it or they just take the middle one?
They just take the middle one. So they say your high score on TransUnion is 680, your low score on Experian is 640, and then your Equifax is 660. They're gonna take the 660 on the Equifax. So that's how they
Gotcha.
basically do it. So I always tell my clients, like I said, it costs more for that program,
Mhm.
but it's gonna get you before you even go sit in front of a mortgage
Mhm.
company, because that's my thing. I know people don't understand it. They get a good job, or they see
Mhm.
their friend get a house, and they be like, "Oh, I think I can get me a house," and they just go to a mortgage company and they feel that, hey, I can get it. I can get me a house now, but because I make enough money. But that's not how it goes. Go
Yeah.
off of your credit
Mhm.
score,
Yes.
and like I said, I tell people my FICO or minimum
Mhm.
Experian.com.
Yes. Well, that's good to know because a lot of people do think, oh, I'm making all this money. But then when you check that credit score,
That's
that's when you need someone like JR to come to the rescue.
Yes.
So, what kinds of things do, someone needs to remove from their credit report so they can get a better score?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how this. I know people go by scores. We look at scores, thinking everything is score driven. It's a whole package. So if you have a repo, a charge off, that's real high amounts. You can have an 800, 700 credit score, and they still would turn you down because you got a repo on your credit report
Mm.
Mm,
or a
yeah.
charge off. But it's some companies do charge offs, but a lot of them, you want to get a company when you sit in front of somebody, you want to be already ready to go. You don't want to have that negative stuff on your credit. You don't
Mhm.
want to have a bunch of collections, loans, credit cards you defaulted on, so on and so on your credit report. You don't want to have a bunch of late payments. I have had clients, I cleaned up their credit, and they had late payment on their car note, and a lot of companies say you have to have no late payments for 12 months.
12
Oh
months.
my, so you got
Yeah.
to start
Yeah.
all over again.
Right. Well, they
Yeah.
don't have to start. It just, let's say you come to me March.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You had a late payment in February. I get done with you in June. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you still got to wait all the way over, only if you can find your mortgage company who going to take it. But you always want to be the person who, hey, I got everything right. Let's go. Now I can get my house.
Right.
So I always tell people, when you're ready to buy a house, prepare for a whole year. Do 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that means look at your credit, see what you got on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand it, try to go to a credit specialist. Mortgage companies, well,
Uh-huh.
people don't
Uh-huh.
understand. You go to a bank just looking at score,
Right.
and he's looking at, okay, you can't do this. You got this on her. They tell you just pay it off, and sometimes
Yes.
paying it off just not gonna do it. It
Mhm.
ain't going. You don't get points for paying off your bad debt, because if you don't negotiate a deal to have them take it off your credit report, like pay to delete, it's gonna still sit there. The late payment's still gonna be on there, and they're just gonna say you just paid it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So I'm sorry, but JR mentioned charge off. What exactly does that mean?
The charge off is when the company is basically going to write it off on their taxes, write it off.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you might see write off or charge off,
Mhm.
meaning like, okay, then. And sometimes to me, companies double dip, because if they say they charge off, you can still call them and they still take your money somehow, and to
Mm.
do stuff. So
Mm.
that's what a charge off really means. They go to write it
Mhm.
off on their taxes that, hey, you got this car loan. Uh, it was 40,000. You only got it down to 30,000, and they charged it off on their taxes because you defaulted on the loan.
So that just messes up your credit completely, right?
Oh yes, ma'am. Because you got to remember, when you get a repo or a charge off, that means you at least 3 to 4 months late.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I always tell people, hey, before you even think about buying a house, look at your credit. Have
Mhm.
somebody who's an expert about credit. Don't go by
Mhm.
my partner, my friend down the street told me this, and my friend told me that. And especially when you're talking to people who ain't even got to own a house,
Yeah.
and you trying to get
Listen,
information.
listen, Jr.
Yeah. Don't even go there. We got stories.
We have those conversations. I'm like, listen, I know so and so means well.
Yeah.
However, they brought their home 10 years ago.
That's right.
This is not today's market. Just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you're not the realtor, then leave it to the realtor. If you're not the credit specialist, then leave it to the credit specialist, because that's going to be your best plan of action.
That's right.
And,
we have to stay in our lanes.
That's right.
Hey,
otherwise, it's a collision.
Hey, that's why I do basic stuff like y'all a realtor. Like, I just tell people, hey, find an area you want to go, because your realtor work for you. So when you sign that paperwork, I always tell them that like your lawyer work for you.
Yes.
Am I right? Your attorney.
And hey, listen, we don't work for anyone. We work with you.
Okay, I'm
there
sorry,
we go.
I'm
Yes.
Okay,
We work for ourselves. There we go. But no, we work with you, because it's a partner. It's a partnership, because when you come into the team here with the Turner team and Access Credit, JR, you have to do your part too.
Yeah, we work
can't,
together.
We can't do it alone. We have to do it together. And
And I tell my clients that too. So when they sit down, I do a whole consultation where I just sit down and look at their overall credit report, and I tell them what they're doing good, what they're doing bad, what they can do better, and what I can get off their credit report. So, and I tell them like, hey, you need to pay your credit cards down. You need to do this. You need to do that. You got to pay all your stuff. Don't apply for new credit. So I have to do, I coach them.
Yes.
And I hope that people, I always tell them, hey, what is your goal? If your goal is to buy your house, that means you're going to have to cut off some stuff. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't, have a hot girl summer or hot dude summer or whatever.
Whoa, JR, what is that?
Well, that means spending money.
That means blowing money. That's all it is. You're just blowing money. Unnecessary money. And
that's so true, though. That is really true, because I remember, decades ago when we were buying, we went on a diet, and I mean a budget.
Yeah.
And all the little shopping trips, let me go to Macy's, let me go to Dillard's. Forget about all that. The bills, when they came in, they were paid early, so I wouldn't forget. On time, even a little bit more. Didn't use the credit card anymore. It's so much that you have to do, and it's only you should live that way, conscious of money anyway, and your spending patterns.
You just
throughout your life.
Sacrificing some stuff because your goal is to
get a house.
Get a house. Just like if you go to college, you got to sacrifice. You got to get up and go to class and all that stuff. So
and study.
Yes. And in this case, you have to do the actionable items that JR asked you to do. But the good thing about JR services is what? You do it for them.
Oh yeah, I'm the one holding your hand. I'm trying to help everybody win. That's my goal. I'm happy when people call me and tell me, "Hey, I closed on my house. Thank you. Blah blah blah. You want to come to the house warming party?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because my thing is when I go to housewarming parties, guess what? I get new clients.
Yes, can help some more people.
Yes,
that's it. So that's my goal. That's my goal. I've been doing this for over 10 years.
Yes.
So I just love helping people, and I got repeat clients.
Yeah.
So, but it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. I'm just happy that y'all helping me.
Listen. That's how he has this nice watch. You see that watch there? Can y'all see it? I don't know if y'all can see it. Like I can see it. Boy, it look nice.
I'm just a regular person.
Listen. I got a little one too, but JR's.
Wait a minute.
Well, I just want to say for the millennials, I'm just saying for the millennials, this is like that fish. Remember that book, The Fish? You probably don't know, but it's a book that not Finding Nemo. It's come look closer.
Look at this.
It's a book that's turquoise. The fish looks just like that watch, or that watch looks just like that fish. And so, hey, I love it because that was all of our favorite book in elementary school. The librarian reading it to us. You know what I'm talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I wear watches. I'm a watch fanatic, and
Oh,
one of my
damn.
clients who I took care of actually bought this watch for me.
Listen,
Oh, really?
that client has
Oh,
good taste. I
lovely.
like that. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to,
But-
navigate away.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's nice.
We do
But,
digress.
yes.
Okay.
So
Let's get back on track. On the
Yes.
JR track.
So JR, you're located in Hazelwood, and
Yes,
so it's not far for many people to get by. And
It's
I
right
see
by the interstate.
Yes,
So
yes.
270.
easy access.
270,
Yeah.
and you
in
give
Lindbergh.
In
in
Lindbergh.
Lindbergh, and you give us a call. We'll connect you directly with JR. And I want to just do one quick shout out. Hey, Sammy, how are you doing? It's good to see you. That's Sammy.
Oh, Sammy.
Yes,
Hi.
that's one of our friends. She's also a realtor, excellent in her own right. And we have comrades. So hey, Sammy.
I'm so glad you're doing just fine.
Yes, we're gonna call you. But nonetheless, JR, talk a little bit about some of the things that you do for your clients. When they come to us and we say, hey, listen, I think you may want to prepare a little bit. You only have a 500 credit score and you don't have time to do it yourself. JR is the man to talk to. What is that first initial conversation going to look like? And, kind of talk about what you're going to do for them.
So basically, what I do is first we sit down, I pull up your credit report, and while you're sitting there, I'm showing you all the negative stuff first, because I got to show you the negative stuff, what's going on with your credit. Then I tell you what the positive things you're doing. Then I tell you, hey, we need to do A, B, C, D, or whatever to get to that point where I can get your score. Like I had clients that just had negative stuff on their credit only, no positive stuff. So I got the negative stuff off. And I told them, I said, if I get all this negative stuff off your credit, you're not going to score. So I had to tell them, hey, sign up on like Credit Strong, Self Lender, Kickoff, and them 3 good programs to use to put positive lines on the credit. Because people are like, well, I can't get a credit card. I can't get a credit card.
Name them again.
Credit Strong,
Mm-hmm.
Self Lender,
Okay.
Kickoff. That's just 3 ones that I most use all the time.
So how does that work? Those 3.
Them 3, basically how they do, they report every 30 days. You can do some of them you can do credit revolving, or you can do something like a loan. So basically what they do is they put this loan or this revolving credit, you pay like a 20, 25, $30 a month, and it just reports on your credit every month, and they just rotate that. And you can do it for a whole 12 months, sometimes to get your credit card, or you can do it for 3 to 4 months until your credit get to a point where you can apply for a couple of credit cards. And I do help my clients with that too. So basically, I always ask for your history of what credit cards you had already, or I probably already seen it, and we can't go back to them credit cards because you still in the system with the company. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I get anything negative off your credit, all I'm doing is just getting rid of the negative stuff so your score can go up, so you can be able to close on your house. They can still call you because you still owe this company. Okay.
Okay. So it doesn't stop the
They don't stop
collection
nothing.
Payment.
That's
No.
bankruptcy, but I always tell my
okay.
clients
Mhm.
not to do bankruptcy because you got to understand everybody want to start a business,
Right.
and that's one of the hardest thing to have. Because I got a client now, he got a 700 plus. We having a hard time getting him lines of credit because he have a bankrupt credit report. So, and that's keeping them from. He a truck driver. He want to start his own business, and it's just having a hard time just getting a loan. And so that's why I try to get my clients, hey, don't file bankruptcy. I know a lot of people like, you just do it, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I be like, nah, you don't want to do that.
If you can avoid it, avoid it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So, and the whole game is trying to get the negative stuff off your credit so you can get the stuff that you need. You can set up a thing after you close on your house, say, hey, I'll pay you this company $15, $20, and they take anything. I'm gonna tell you that now. As long as they get the money, that's all these collection people want is the money.
That's
so
right.
so you can set up a thing where you can do a payment plan after I get it off your credit, and you can just send them 20, 25. You don't have to go and just say, hey, I got all this money, let me just take care of them. And sometimes they do. If you do have it like that and you can pay a lump sum, do it. But most time I want you to keep your money for your down payment for your house or whatever, because you got to remember when you buy this house, you're going to want new stuff in there.
Right. And you're going to want to buy it after you buy the house.
That's not before. But I was just wondering when you say, I almost forgot what I was about to say, but when you remove everything from their credit report, then you work with them with building up positive
Lines, positive
lines
lines
of
on their
credit.
credit,
Okay.
I try to help you get positive trade lines. That's what people call trade lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna break everything down about trade. Trade lines could be negative or positive. Okay. Most of the time you want positive trade lines. Yeah, you can buy trade lines they call, authorized users. But I always try to get my clients to get primaries on there. So that's why I say credit strong, self-lender, kickoff, they give you primaries. So primaries means your stuff. Authorized user means someone else stuff that you piggybacking off of their not their credit, but off their credit card.
So like a parent sometimes will
Right.
get that for their teenager.
Right. Like I got a son in college. He's on tour his mom credit cards and he's credit. So when he graduated in December, he got a 700 credit score already. So
excellent.
yeah.
Okay.
So you can do that, and I had to explain to the wife that hey, please, whatever card you put him on, don't max it out, don't be late, because everything that you do
It's
gonna affect him.
In the
Yes.
future,
Even though he don't do anything.
Yes. Yes.
So if I put you on my credit card, Miss Turner, I have to make sure I keep it under the 30-20% range. I can't be late because if I am late, it's going to affect your credit. It's going to hit your credit that you got a late payment on that credit card that I put you on that is mine.
Okay.
So that's why I tell people sometimes when they be like, I'm going on my mama credit card, you got to make sure mama don't spend. She ain't at Macy's.
That's
she ain't at Target all
day long.
Yes.
That's true.
But like I say, the whole thing about credit is you're not going to learn this in college. You're not going to learn this in high school. Most of our parents don't know about it. You just have to find somebody who's an expert who's really trying to help people.
Yes. JR.
Yes.
That's
he's
really
a man.
That's why we work together.
Man.
Look, because you're like-minded. And ever since we met in this very room, I think, years ago, we just connected because you have the same type of community commitment, right? You're an advocate for the people, and that's what it's all about for us. And so, we can vouch for JR. He really cares about you.
Yes.
Look,
he's here with us Saturday morning
into the afternoon. He has a wedding to go to.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So we're coming up upon our close here. If you have questions, please make sure that you do write them in the chat. Say hello. Let's see. We have a question here. If you're here in the room, make sure you put it in the chat. Say hey. Say where you're from. So let's see. Here's our first question. All right. I don't have my glasses on, you guys. So we're going to do our best. This is from Chris. Hi, Chris. That's our family, y'all.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
What does the negative, let's see. What do the negative things look like on your credit?
Okay. Negative things is on your credits. Okay. First of all, you look at collections. So if you ever look at your credit report, you got a thing called collections. Now, if it says 0 collections, that means you have none. So that's one. Charge off, write-offs, that's the other negative thing. So charge offs and write-offs is another negative thing that's on your credit. Anything that people really know what they defaulted on. So anything you default on that you didn't pay, any loan, any credit card, any car loan, repos, anything like that, them doctor bills, they come in the mail. So I always tell my clients, when you sign up with me, please start opening your mail.
Okay? Yes, please. Right?
If you go to the doctor, you're going to have a doctor bill.
Yes.
Okay? Right. And you got 90 days to take care of that doctor bill before it hits your personal credit.
Well, that's good to know. 90 days.
But wait a minute. If I don't open it, I still have to pay it.
I thought if I put it to the side, then,
You're praying for the Lord to take care of it, make it disappear.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so we have that was a very, were you done? Okay, yes, sir. So we have another question. None other than Joshua Bonner. Hey, Josh, how are you? So Josh says, how can you request a credit report?
Okay, you got the what was that? You got. I always tell people you get a free credit report once a year. You're gonna apply for that. I always tell people if you don't know what you have on your credit, you want to see your credit report, sign up on a program called Experian.com. It costs
Experian.com.
about $19 to $25 a month, and it can show you all three credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Uh, the best one I like to use is my FICO. If you look thinking about buying a house, because my FICO give you all three mortgage scores. It's a little bit more expensive than Experian.com, but it's the best one if you're trying to get you a mortgage. So I don't say just get you a credit report, the annual credit report. They get it to you once a year. I say just sign up and just pay a monthly thing, and that's how you can get your credit report. You can print it out and all that.
Now, thank you very much. So when they do that, is that a hard or a soft or
They are
something
soft
else?
pulls.
There you
They're
go.
soft pulls.
So what is a soft pull and what is a hard pull to our
Okay.
viewers? Explain
Okay,
that
a
too,
soft
please.
pull is when they ain't gonna put an inquiry on your credit report. So whenever you get a hard pull, you can lose between 2 to 5 points.
Oh,
So
that's quite a bit.
like I tell my clients, like when they go to car lots, do not give your social security number. Okay, because when you give them that social security number,
They're gonna pull it. Yeah.
Run it 10, 15 times.
Oh my.
And I know they're gonna tell you some story that we ain't gonna do that, it ain't gonna affect your credit.
Don't do
You
it.
gotta remember, a lot of people is just trying to sell cars.
That's
so
right.
They trying to sell. They're not really trying to help you. They just want to sell a car. So they can
No
get their
offense to any
Any
car
car
lot
lot
salesman.
salespeople.
I tell them, I don't care. I know all of them.
The statements here do not reflect those of the Turner team. No.
Jay on the
Wait a
credit,
minute,
man.
do it. You know, if the shoe fits, that's another story. But if he doesn't do it, please.
But just be aware.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Give your credit card
it's
number
some
out.
Yeah, or
managers-
your social security number.
Right. It's some finance managers that I deal with that my clients just say, Miss Turner over here, you want to buy a car. You like,
Yes.
JR, do you know someone? And I look at your credit report and I say, your TransUnion is the highest one, 720. I would call him and tell him, hey, Miss
820.
Turner. Okay, I'm sorry, 820.
We're gonna be hypothetical. If we're gonna be hypothetical
Let's
here,
be at the
we're
top.
gonna be at the top. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. 820.
Ooh, boy, she's
Credit
eight.
score.
Miss Turner, your TransUnion is 820.
Thank you very much. Continue.
Kimberly Turner.
Yeah.
Your score is 820
Yes.
on TransUnion. So I
Yes.
would tell him that, and he's not going to run a bank that's in Equifax. He's not going to run a bank in Experian. He's going to run, and he already know, hey, I know this bank going to close with an 820 person. I know this bank going to do this. It'd be one pull. So I deal with certain managers at certain car lots, you know, the high end, middle end, and the low end.
And of course, we were at the high end lot.
Yeah, she was at Platinum trying to buy her a Benz.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So,
Thank you.
So the thing, so that's what I do for my clients. I try to educate you and get you to the right place, or I tell people, hey, where you bank at. So if your TransUnion is the high school, I say, hey, go to get the VIN number, get your salesman. They're gonna try to tell you, hey, we gonna run your credit because they make money off of. I'm just telling you the truth. They make money off of it running your credit. Every time they go to a certain bank, they get an extra kickback from the banks. I'm just
Really?
See the inside scoop, JR credit man.
Some of my guys gonna be mad, but hey, some of them not because I'm clients. So
Excuse me.
Yes.
Here.
Thank you for sharing. No, that's very important.
You
You
heard
know,
it here.
don't give your Social security because they will pull because you're paid.
they gonna test drive, they run.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, you know what to keep in your pocket: your credit card and your social security card.
Yes.
So you get that number.
Don't give it
to them.
What are some other things not to do? You know, just before we close here, let's have a little lightning round. What to do and what to do.
I have a question though for JR about that. When and hopefully no one's in this position, but if you are,
We still help you.
and the collectors are calling,
Mm-hmm.
and they send you a collection notice.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it's not the company that you took the card out with, but now these are
The
collectors.
third party.
Yeah. So, do you pay them or do you go and pay
That's a
Macy's?
good question.
It's I put it like this. I my preference is don't even pay the third party because they ain't not allowed to even do that anyway because you didn't sign the contract with the third party.
And I didn't hear what you said. You said your preference is not
my preference.
the third.
Yes.
JR is saying from his opinion and his experience, he does not pay the third party. He rather would pay
Primary person ask for pay for delete. You know,
paid for delete.
Yeah, pay for the and when you do that, you got to get your at least an email that's saying that hey, if you pay this block, I would take this off your credit report.
And it's from the company, the primary
main
company that you.
So here I'm just saying.
Okay.
Chase.
Okay.
All right, and you had a credit card with Chase and changing it to their third party company. Okay, you want to really talk to Chase and say, hey, this is your third. I don't want to deal with the third party. Can we just cut it where $3,000? Can I pay y'all $2,000 and y'all take? And if they say they would do that before you spend any money, give them your account number. Make sure you get an email.
Okay.
That say that this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna do a pay for.
Yes.
Okay. Now if they don't get it to you, you're gonna still be on your credit report and it'll say paid and all that stuff.
So paid for delete, that means when you pay them, delete it off your credit report.
And there's extra fee or anything associated with it. It's just having that inside scoop from JR to know what to do.
That's it, because sometimes they don't want to do the pay for. I'm just telling you that now. The pay for the lead, and they like okay. When other people's getting hip to the pay for the lead,
other people.
They start changing the routes. Companies do it, some don't. Always ask for the manager, supervisor, and go from there. Or the manager. That's who you want to deal with, because they're
the top person,
right? Yes. Not the regular person.
Decision maker.
Oh, to the top,
right? And that's how you want to do it. You want to do a pay for delete.
Yes, sir.
You know, but or if they won't do the pay for delete, then you come holler at a great credit repair person specialist.
Yes.
And they say, okay, then let's get this off your credit. You know,
and JR calls them and takes care of it.
I don't call them.
You don't call them. You just get it off.
Well, it's laws. I use the Black Law Dictionary, so it's laws out there that you know, as you being an attorney, you know,
Yes.
It's a law that covers that law, covers that law.
Yes.
So when people know you only know this one law, but it's a law that covers that.
He
law
knows the gray area.
Law.
You know
right.
the how to get around and get it done, and that's what it's about.
And it's all legal.
Yes.
There's no tricks. It's no tricks. It's
they made
legitimate.
The rules.
Yeah.
They made the rules.
And then you got the playbook on it.
And I think sometimes you hear commercials like, you don't know, what the rules are,
right?
Because only certain people know the rules, and they don't want you to find out the rules because needless to say, but that's why you have to go to someone who's experienced,
yes,
that's right,
and has had hundreds, thousands of people that he has helped through the decade.
Yeah, I average about 250 people a year, 250 to 300
a year.
A year.
So times that by over 10 years.
Almost 3,000 people that he has helped. So
that's beautiful.
That's experience.
Yes, and he's amazing with our clients. We will connect you. Register. Make sure you do that so we can connect you with JR, the credit man. And you can also feel free to set a time just to talk so we can connect you and also get you on your home ownership journey. Of course, today, we're talking about residential real estate, but we also specialize in commercial. And I see, that we have another question for you, JR.
Uh-oh.
So what do we have here? I know we hot today, honey. Now, this is a long one and I don't have any kind of glasses on. Let's see.
Get close as you can.
What can I do if someone, this is from Paula. we can see here. I'm gonna take it off and bring it back. Paula Canada. Hello, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
It's nice to see you. Paula asks, what can I do if someone keeps running my credit without my permission? Yes, that is what a car lot person is doing to her.
Oh my!
My
Did we
goodness.
just mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can she do?
Cease
Okay,
and desist.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
something.
really
I'm
call
sorry that's
the
happening.
call lot manager and tell them stop running your credit. That's why I tell people do not give your social security number out to call lots, because when you give it to them, you don't understand that paperwork. You signing off basically saying, hey, you can go ahead and run this credit. And that's what they have. So they actually have a legal binding to say that they can do this.
Is it for a certain amount of time or for life?
I don't know I don't know. It's all about the paperwork.
It depends on what it says, contract by contract. Yes.
Yeah. So I just say, hey, call the manager at the car lot. Tell them stop running your credit, because as you know, you're losing points. You're losing 2 to 3 to 5 points. So if they run this, so this thing they ran your credit 7 times just off of TransUnion, an average 3 points. So that's 21 points you just lost.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? So so they say you was 660, now you 639 now.
Oh my goodness!
So that's why I say to my clients, you open up your own credit report. That's why I say you go to Experian. And why I say Experian or My FICO, because they use FICO 8 system. And that's what majority of the companies work off of is FICO 8. I know people like to use Credit Karma, but they don't use FICO 8 system. So I always tell people, you got to pay to actually get your real credit score. You know what I'm saying? Because the annual credit report only give you your credit report. It don't give you no score.
Oh,
okay. It only gives you the report to know what's on there and if any errors and such. And Paula says that she, they started running her credit when she told them that she did not want to do business with them.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
should she also send him a letter?
I think she should contact an attorney who covers this type of issues. Not me. I don't. But I think you should contact an attorney, because this sounds like, I don't know. I don't practice in this area of law. I do estate planning, right? Trust, wills, powers of attorneys, healthcare directors, those things.
She's an attorney, not a lawyer. Okay?
Yeah,
she's an attorney.
it's the same thing, attorney, lawyer. But I don't practice in this area. So, and plus I don't give legal advice on these here webinars, but you should contact an attorney and see what they say, because it seems shady. So if it's shady, there may be a law against the act.
It's a lot of laws out here for people when they buy cars too. So you can talk to the manager and just tell them, hey, stop running my credit. Then I tell people, look at your credit report. You can call the credit bureaus and ask them to take it off, because you did not want to give them the right to run your credit. But I always tell people, when you get your social security number, you give them the right to run your credit.
Yes, you signed something.
So you have to contact the manager and ask them and tell them to stop. And then also, what was the second thing you said?
I said call the credit bureaus. Second thing, look on your credit report, see all the inquiries that they ran, because it's going to, basically, if you went there on the 22nd, all your inquiries going to be saying between the 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
And then you just call TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, which one they use, to say, hey, I did not, give them the agreement to do this, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes they would take it off, the inquiry off your credit. Okay. But you only get, and I'm explaining to y'all, you only get 2 points back when inquiries come off your credit. So you can get inquiry for 5 and lose 5 points, but when they come off, you only get 2 points back.
Oh my! Yeah, call them today.
Yes.
Call them today.
Right away. Now, listen, we're coming up here on our 30 minutes or so. We're a little bit beyond 30 minutes. So we're going to wrap it up here. If you have any last lingering questions, make sure you put it in the chat box. We do have the question and answer session ending. However, JR, we do have a client that will be referring to you. When you become the Turner Team's client, we send you on, because you're in hopes of
and then I
buying at home. Of course, hey, we stay in great connection.
Yes.
So it looks like Paula's looking to connect with you, JR. So we'll make sure that Paula, if you haven't already, register for this seminar by either clicking the link in the chat box, or if you're on your computer, scan the QR code, as well as you can just simply schedule a call with us and we'll connect you with JR, the credit man, the owner of Access Credit. Listen, this has been phenomenal, JR.
Yes.
This is fun. I like doing it in person. Since the pandemic, we're just cooped up, but not today.
So now today we can be together.
Together again.
Hey, we're gonna end up doing another Saturday. See, like you was hot.
Yes. Hey, next time we're gonna invite you guys on out too.
Yes.
And maybe we'll have some refreshments, some mimosas or something.
Well, I do have some places that we can go. We can do brunch at that they want us to do stuff like this.
And do that.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
So,
sounds like a good time. Eating, filling your belly and filling your mind.
And getting educated.
Yes, getting educated at the same time. And then you're moving into your new home.
Yes.
And then we're all going to the housewarming, home warming party. And we'll get some more food. I like to eat.
Always the skinniest person here.
I always like to eat.
That's the craziest thing ever.
Listen, I like to eat. And Joshua says, thank you. Thank you all. You're so welcome. I think so. Yep, Joshua. And Paula says, okay, thanks. You're so welcome. Both of you and everyone else who has listened today and or will be listening on the replay.
Yes.
Of course, make sure you like and share this here video podcast with the Turner Team Realtors, Kimberly Turner and
Denise Turner,
mother and daughter team, who's here in the state of Missouri. We specialize in commercial and residential real estate. We were focusing on residential here today with JR, James Richardson, JR, the credit man, owner of Access Credit, for our podcast entitled Repair Your Credit with a Specialist. If you live in another state, we are, with our podcast here, make sure you too, because we have top realtor partners who we connect with and partner with to help as well. And I don't think I'm missing anything, am I?
Well, he works all across the country.
That's right. All of us.
Too. If you're in Florida, Tennessee, New York City.
Yes, we will connect you.
I have all major cities. I have probably fixed somebody credit there.
That's right. JR he's JR, the credit man, when I tell you. And thank you, Paula. She says she is so thankful, JR, and Mrs. Turner here. And she's ready for the good change ahead. Paula, we are ready with you, honey. We start with our clients a year out.
Yes. It doesn't matter.
No, it does not matter. 1 year out, we will get you ready for your new home purchase. And if you need to sell, we'll do it all at the same time, of course, as well as commercial. So without further ado, JR, we thank you.
I appreciate y'all inviting me.
And we can't wait for the next one.
I love this.
This has been wonderful. And as Kimmy said, thank you so much, because it's important that we have information and that we put it out to the community and share.
That is true.
Because that's how we grow.
Yes. And up next, we have none other than our next in-person. Well, we have a show before then. We have the Turner Team Talk Around Town, which is taking place on Wednesday next week. I believe that's the 24th, from 12:30 until it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's our show. We're back in the community with none other than Home Sweet Home, which is a nonprofit. And we'll be touring their site, their warehouse. And they are an excellent nonprofit. The short version, you have to tune in to learn more, but the short version is they provide furniture to families in need who may have been unhoused before. And they are able to give them that furniture for free. And they have the dignity to be able to shop at their location. And then on June 1st, we are with none other than Reginald Garth, who is with the City of St. Louis Office of Financial Empowerment, as well as Operation Hope. He is a financial well-being coach. And we will be in person, at City Hall. Right, 1200 Market Street. at Suite 20. What is that? Suite 220 in St. Louis, Missouri. So City Hall with the St. Louis cities, which is the treasurers. The St. Louis treasurer is his office, the Office of Financial Empowerment. So make sure you come and register for that. That's June 1st, 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. We look forward to seeing you there as well. All right, so that's it for us today.
Hey, I did a great job.
You did a great job too, JR. We had fun. Look, we're ready for the next one, and we look
Yes.
forward to seeing you guys in person. All right, take care. Bye.
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 Let's see. See you later.